Mr. Bones, the most complex of characters. Hello, everybody. It is Friday night. It is BND Live, the Dungeons and Dragons live stream. We're a group of friends attempts to play Dungeons and Dragons remotely via the internet. With us, as always, we have Erin as Agnes the Bard, Tim as Twizzard the Wizard, Steven as Finric the Monk, and we will shortly have Paelias instead of myself twice as, sorry, Chris as Paelias the Cleric. I am your humble and ever faithful DM, Shawn, and welcome to BND Live. All right, folks. I couldn't handle looking at two of myself, so I had to change that. Yeah, so let's do a little recap, shall we? So last session, it was we started off on Desal in the morning. You folks finished up breakfast, still up at Bellwether Glen, and then headed south. Finistel, Finric, Twizzard, and Bones looked for and found a haul of halfling weed uh, in the Mistral Hills, right near the Mistral Forest. You were a little concerned that going into the Mistral Woods might make you miss High Night with the time dilation that it seems to occur there. Agnes continued on straight and talked to Elsa. You also then grouped up again and went out to see Old Man Loman, who has a spare two-bedroom house. Turns out you can rent it for 6 gold pieces a month or buy it outright for 600 if you do the paperwork with Gregson. After a show of magic that showed Loman how cool they were, you returned and got a to-go meal from Skye and enjoyed it while gazing at the pyramid. Over to Gregson to chat about the house, land buying, perhaps a stunt show slash reenactment battle as part of the pyramid revitalization effort, or pre. I think I just made that up. I don't know if I said that last week. Then Agnes wows some noble tourists who aren't used to tipping and ended up tipping a lot. Or they just really, really liked her playing. Hard to tell. At High Night, Finric sells his weed and Twizzard his muffins, while also enjoying some newfound drugs themselves. Agnes procured a few signature drinks for future use, and you all went to sleep at the ringing bell. Really, nice day. Nice day there. Settling down. All right. So we'll start as you come to consciousness in your two rooms at the ringing bell. So it's a little cramped, maybe. It's the Gaul. It's morning, and it is raining. What would you like to do?
Mr. Bones, carry me downstairs.
Mr. Bones, who had been standing stoically all night next to your bed, carries you downstairs.
Is it like officer and a gentleman?
I think it's officer and a weirdo.
Yeah, but it's like, you know,
You mean that's how he's carrying me?
yeah, here is carrying Deverwinger, you know,
You say Mr. Bones is like Richard Gere in your eyes? That's very nice.
and you're Deverwinger.
Something like
shadowy
that.
figure appears.
Yeah, look at that dramatic backlighting.
Dun, dun, dun.
Hey, Paelias, we just woke up.
It's raining.
It's raining.
So you had 2 evenings at the Church of the Rose.
Yes, to the best of your knowledge, Paelias has spent 2 evenings at the Church of the Rose now.
My oh my.
And either you're not talking or you're muting. You're muted. I can see you moving your
He's
mouth.
muted.
Dude,
He's not talking. He
Hi.
doesn't kiss and tell.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
All right. There you go.
Hey, bud.
Hey. What are you guys been up to? You ready to do the recap and let's recap?
I think we're fixing to buy a house.
Oh, okay.
And also, we're gonna find some other members of the Beams of the Moon, and we need to research this date of this celestial event that's like called an eclipse or something, whatever that is. So we're thinking at some point we might go up to the university in the north once we get our boat.
Do some college.
Well,
days.
good.
Yeah, college ladies. And we'll also need to find out something about these tablets that tell us perhaps more about the amulets and possibly how to destroy them.
Destroy them. All right.
Just a point of clarification: there is a university at Wesleyville, but there is also the Great Library of Parmacoa.
That's the one.
Yeah. So Paelias had done some research there, although he did not know what you know now. So perhaps he could discover different things. But that is further away. That is in somewhere hidden in the forests of Lucknall, where the elves reside. But Paelias should know the way.
Oh,
Great.
good.
My father will also know the way.
There you go. Good point. Good point.
Your dad's here?
No. My father lives in the forests of Lucknall.
Your elf dad?
My elf dad, yeah.
He's a ranger, if I remember correctly.
He is a ranger. He actually taught me how to use my dagger.
Oh, I need to pass that on to Lily somewhat.
What's your last name?
Oh, what a nice little poetic circle there.
My gosh.
Oh, we could have used those last night at High Night.
Oh, you would fight that.
Erodin. My father's name is Erodin.
Mr. Aerodin?
Erodin. He doesn't really have a last name.
No.
Erodin the ranger.
Aragorn?
No, Erodin.
How did fight night go? Did you win?
No, it was High Night. We got high. We got a little high.
Fight night. Oh,
We found hobbit weed, or halfling weed.
that's cool.
Well, hobbits are halfling, so hobbit weed, you know.
As it were.
As it were.
So, yeah. But we're struggling. It's a rainy day today, so we're just, I don't know, just trying to figure out what to do. The boat's not going to be ready for a week. And we if we want the house, I guess we technically have to buy it.
Wait a minute, hold on. Is this all sending stone from your beds again? What's going on here?
No, I think that,
I'm downstairs ready to eat.
yeah.
Yeah, I don't know why my character's not at the table, because I clearly...
Oh, sorry, okay. And Paelias, you
Bag of loot.
did you
Yeah, I'm up. I mean,
did you stay at the Church of the Rose, or did you stay at the Ringing Bell?
oh, well, yeah, I guess, I snuck out and said, hey, I'm just gonna go see how my friends are doing. I haven't seen them in a while.
All right, understood.
So you stuck out and told.
No, I talked to her and I said, hey, I'll be back later.
I'll be back.
Right on.
Yeah, I said it more seductively.
Oh, very nice.
Nailed it.
Nailed it.
Oh my god. Might have to roll up for a performance check for that, but we won't get into it.
Right, like I even have to roll now.
Is that how this relationship's going to be?
She has to roll
Everything's
for
a
me.
test.
It's definitely going well. It's definitely going well.
So, Twizzard, what do you want to do today?
Might set up my piece of cardboard outside, do some break dancing, put my hat down. Hopefully, people throw some change in there. Thought that might be good for getting some funds. Worked pretty well when I was younger. So I think that was just my relatives that threw money.
I feel sorry for you.
No, damn good dwarf dancing.
It was for his college fund.
Damn good dwarf dancing.
That's idea A.
DDD instead of D&D.
But I'm open to alternatives.
Well, I still like the idea of going over to the pyramid and signing autographs for money.
Ooh, we should definitely do that.
Is tonight fight night? It's DeGaulle. So it's something. It's either gambling or fighting.
Dagus walks over.
Gambling.
Dagus walks over to the
Gambling.
table. Oh, okay. There you go. You guys already knew it. Thinking of trying your luck again.
Oh, I could gamble.
Oh wait, what is it, gamble?
Nalto's always welcome to take your money. That's for sure.
Hey, why don't we take out Dalto and Balto?
Nalto?
Yeah, why don't we just go hit them and just take their money? Why do we keep trying to find these nice ways to make money?
Because we want to be the local heroes. We don't want to be the local, like, bad guys.
Thieves?
We don't want to be Falrith. We don't want to be Morgo.
Yeah, here's the thing. It's like if we're the good guys, like every once in a while, and we're act heroic, like sometimes we get like free food and occasionally free board. Even though this guy just seems to want to charge us a lot of money now, so we have to buy a house. But like we get all this like good stuff, and if you're a bad guy, you just have to keep on being bad all the time. You have to watch.
That's true. That could
It's
get
too much
taxing.
work.
Yeah.
What about like a Robin Hood sort of thing? Steal from the rich, give to the poor.
Well, we could try to figure out where all of that stuff came from and return it to those people. Maybe we'll get rewards.
What's that?
The stuff hidden in the secret room of Falrith / Morgo's hideout.
Grayson's.
Gregson's house, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we should go see how Grayson's doing.
The pickle barrel room?
They did.
Yeah.
They did last week actually. They hung out with Gregson.
Oh, that's cool.
He's a cool guy.
Yeah,
He
he's
said hello. Tough.
Hi.
unlike
You know how to get through the oak tree entrance.
unlike poor Dagus. He has a real map for his house now instead of just this square white thing. Aye, my inn could use a little interior decorating, perhaps.
Mr. Bones, please redecorate.
Mr. Bones drops you on the ground. He goes over. He starts to smash a table. Whoa, oh, Mr. Bones.
Mr. Bones, stop that. Good try, buddy. We need to get you a trade.
Is it the giant bones or is it the new bones?
Yeah, it's this 9 foot tall bones.
It's Oni Bones.
Oni Bones. Oni Bones.
Oni Bony.
Wow. It's pretty good.
That's what you call him, you know,
I,
when the two of you are alone.
I'm not gonna call him Oni Bony when we're by ourselves.
I'll call him Oni Bony.
I like the name, but now it's gotten weird.
Well, then it's just Oni Bones. Mr. Bones. Mr. Oni Bones.
Dr. Oni Bones. Send him to.
Ooh. Mm.
If you say his name, it's Mr. Bones. If you whisper it, Oni Bony.
You guys look over as the door to the inn opens. And in walks Finistel. Oh, good morning, everyone. Morning.
What's up?
You're actually over here?
Slumming it, huh?
Well, I thought I'd come by and see how you've been doing.
Did you sneak out of the Singing Sisters so that you had to avoid the awkward conversation of skipping breakfast there?
I did no such thing. Why, is that
Well-
what you do?
That's what you do.
Uh-huh.
Mr. Twizzard likes to make a scene outside instead of inside.
I avoided a scene.
You know, I think I heard something. So that explains a story a farmer told me about a dwarf wizard falling out of the sky.
How the heck did a farmer hear that?
No, it was a farmer that you tried to get money from by claiming he ran you over.
I think the story must be spreading around town.
Oh, that's good.
But anyway, I have to admit, I'm gripped by this lead you said you might have for the 5th amulet.
It probably will require us to go up to the Great Library. That is where the lead is directing us.
Oh my, that is quite the journey. And I admit I have been there.
Elias
What?
has as well.
What's that?
Elias has been there as well.
Have
Oh
you
yeah,
now?
it was awesome.
She sort of turns and regards Paelias with a new light, or a new regards him in a new light. You have studied at the Great Library, have you?
I dabbled.
Ah, all right.
He still has overdue books.
Yeah, it was just like 40 or 50 years.
You can't go back.
That's
It's
a
gonna be a huge fee.
that's a good joke, but everyone knows you cannot remove a book from the Great Library.
I knew that.
You're not supposed to.
Yeah.
I'd be very surprised if you circumvented their protective measures.
Oh yeah, I'm not that good.
I mean, can you copy the books?
Only in your head.
Oh no, no. I mean they allow pen and parchment.
So, in a way, if you go there every day to copy a book, you could take that book out.
That is true. They would probably be thankful for the spread of the knowledge. It's that they must protect the books that they don't allow people to take them out.
They don't allow people to take them out. What about Mr. Bones? Loophole.
She sort of looks over. Mr. Bones is like,
Give him a great library card.
I'm not sure they would even allow Mr. Bones in the Great Library of Pharmacoa.
That's just rude.
Rude it may be, but I don't think they would
How did you
trust an undead in the midst of their precious tomes. But regardless, so did you mention you had a ship?
No, but we're working on that.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, it's in the works.
All right. Well, in that case, I may set off to follow a clue I heard about. I wonder if Elsa has access to it. Have you heard of sending stones? I believe you all have them, right?
Oh, is that what these things are?
Mhm.
Oh. Wonder who was talking to me.
Is there one that I could borrow, perhaps, or should I procure my own?
Probably you'll need to procure your own, since these all have our sweat and skin on it.
Walrus underwear.
Your
Yeah.
hair.
I didn't understand all of that, what you just said, Twizzard, but all right, I will procure my own. I will attune to it, and then I will sync up with you folks later in the day. How does that sound?
That sounds great.
All right, enjoy your... She looks over the cup of bacon grease and Twizzards and the copious amounts of bacon on the table. Breakfast, and she leaves.
Well, that means we gotta stop saying things about her. She's gonna be able to hear us.
Well, you have to connect to the person. And
Can we switch channels on these?
I think
Yeah.
you can start a group chat and exclude some people. I'll say that's within the bounds of the magic.
We might all have to learn Goblin.
She should just learn message. And then she could just message us.
You could suggest that to her. She's not gotten that far.
Oh, Finistel.
So you can sort of go out and yes.
I know you don't want to just shout as loud as you possibly can at the top of your lungs to hope that we could hear you if we're not next to you. Maybe you could try the spell message.
Well, I mean, I'm afraid I'd be moving a distance that perhaps the spell sending would work, but that is taxing in an arcane manner. I'll just get a sending stone. I believe the winking owl carries them.
Okay, well, I believe that they could be expensive, so if you have the funds, go right ahead. But if not, a spell might do for the few times that we wouldn't actually be together.
Now, Agnes, if I didn't know better, I think you would not want to talk to me on a regular basis.
Well, if we're next to you, why would we need to use a sending stone?
Well, like I said, I have an errand I must run. It'll take me a few days at least.
Okay, that's fine. I guess it's too far for any spell.
It might be. I'll be back. She heads off toward the winking owl. You can come back in
All
the
right,
town.
well, okay, guys, she's going further than what a spell can do. Where is she going? Is
Okay,
she
what we
going-
need to do is figure out how we can use the sending stone to, if she sends us a message, to like locate her. Like, is
Do we
there
still
some
have
sort of
clusters?
spell or arcane energy or something that we could tap into? Maybe Elsa or Skye will know. But I'd really love if she like sends us a message to know like where she's sending it from.
Why don't we trust her?
Ooh. Track her
Yeah.
whenever she uses it.
What
Ping.
What did you say, Paelias?
Why don't we trust her?
We do trust her. She saved Mr. Bones. We trust her with our lives.
Why are we being suspicious of her?
Because she
We don't
is,
trust her.
She is a warlock and will not tell us which entity she has made a pact with.
Oh.
And that is a little suspicious. Even Elsa thinks so.
And just to be clear, so the message spell has a 120-foot range. It's sending the spell that has a limit of 25 words that can go. And sending can go to different planes, but there's a % chance that it will fail.
Okay. All right. Well, so she could possibly be going to the Mistral Woods. She could also be going to the Keep. Either of these places did have amulets and had basins with, well, the Keep definitely had water. I don't know if the tree had water.
The tree was dry.
Tree was dry. Well, it was probably because it was struck by lightning and burned up.
Well, and again, there was the tree was the entrance to the underground. Part of it had been dug out by the boggles, but part of it was the original nicely hewn stone that led to the ritual room. But the ritual room itself, its basins and fountains were not working.
Okay. And the ones that were the where we found the spider amulet in the hills, that was also dry?
I believe that had water.
Okay. Because that was backstory.
Yes, there was a little bit of retconning that had to go on there. Retroactive continuity. I believe that's what that stands for, right, Stephen?
Yep.
All right. So we need someone who's more knowledgeable about magic than we are to know if we can get any extra information out of our sending stone messages.
Yeah,
I bet Elsa would know.
Should we go see her?
I think that'd be the first stop. And yeah, I think if she doesn't, maybe Skye, but you know, Finestrel's over at Skye's, so we should give that some time anyway.
Mhm.
All right, so you guys finish up breakfast, head out.
Where's the Elsa?
Now, I don't know if we've ever seen Alpha and Finestrel in the same place at the same time.
Ooh, what are you implying?
But they have been, we've
mean-
seen one, and just afterwards we've seen another.
Yeah, because when you walked out of Elsa's that one time.
Yeah. So I'm assuming they're not the same person in some kind of disguise. Plus, I feel Elsa could possibly be more powerful than. And I don't think Elsa is a warlock.
Yeah,
I feel
and
like
she knows about the other, and she knows about the fifth amulet. So you know, if she does, then that's.
Should we have someone follow Sinistral?
I don't think so, because she'll figure that one out. That'll be a bad look.
Well, we can always have Salty Baggins just kind of head over in that direction.
Ooh,
Trustworthy?
Hey, sneaky.
So,
Yeah, you don't all have to go to Elsa's. Maybe I jumped the gun here. So you guys exit the ringing bell. What would you like to do?
I'm gonna go get Salty. He's probably at his house down in the
Alright.
in the dock area.
Agnes heads down to the dock. What are other folks doing? Come to think,
Elsa's.
come to think of it, Lily might go do some training, just to cut down on the
Salty.
NPC overload. I don't think she's really loving this whole cast magical spells, create a magical cat whenever she wants to type of thing. So
I like how her cat's fur matches the color of her hair.
yes, it does. Look at her.
And Elsa's, I think, also matches.
It does. It does. There's definitely a theme going on. Okay, so you guys go to Elsa's. Agnes, you head down. You get down to the dock, and you see Marshall Stone walk up to you.
Uh-oh.
Whoa.
Oh, Agnes, I'm glad I caught you.
Oh,
Everything's
Marshall.
everything's going really well with the boat. If anything, I'd say we're actually a little ahead of schedule. It was not quite as wow. My accent is all over the place. I don't know what my accent is anymore. But I'm Marshall Stone. That's who I am. But yeah, no, it's going ahead of schedule. So I was supposed to be done a week from today, but it might be done by. Oh, maybe no. I don't want to. Well, now that I'm thinking about it, I probably
say
don't.
Dillick. Don't say Dillick. And don't say Dalk. Nobody wants Dalk.
Nobody. Okay. Well, let's say safely DePaul then.
Okay.
Okay. And no problem with the rubies, I trust.
It might not be 2 rubies. It might be a ruby and gold, but it will be.
Or ruby and an emerald, something like that.
Or it will be the equivalent of our deal.
That sounds wonderful. I just wait till you see the frunk. I think we really did it justice.
Oh, I'm excited for the frunk.
All right.
Oh boy.
Maybe I should
All
go
right.
over to Colt Cloth and get a flag done.
So you head a little down the beach to Salty Baggins' hut, and you give it a knock, hoping the door
As
doesn't.
the door falls
Yeah,
apart.
exactly. Hoping the door doesn't fall apart, and he opens it. Whoa! Wow! Hey, Agnes! Hey, thanks for coming to my house. Hey, yeah. You want? I got some maybe some dried biscuits. Do you want a dried biscuit?
Oh, no, that's okay. I'm actually coming to ask for you to do a lookout of sorts for us.
Giving me a mission?
Yes.
That's
so there's
awesome.
a particular elf you might have seen around town named Finistel. She has long or blonde hair. Sometimes she wears it up, in a white gown. She's
Staff with the
staying
blue
at
crystal.
Yes, she's staying at the Singing Sisters, and
Yeah, I know her.
she's around and about town, and we were wondering if you could possibly keep your eye on her as inconspicuously as possible. Don't actually approach her and ask questions, but just maybe pop into some stores that you might see her go into, browse around. Here's a couple of silver if you need to purchase something to make it look realistic.
Yeah. A couple of silver. That'll be pretty good. That'll be like half a day of watching, maybe. Because what if I have to buy some other stuff? Like, what about like 4 silver?
How about 3 silver up front, and I'll give you 2 silver at the end of the day.
Yoink! We got a deal. See you, Agnes. I'll do good. He runs off.
I'm just gonna take that 5 out right now.
Fair enough.
I'm not gonna remember later.
Did we hear that on the sending stone?
Only if Agnes told you.
Word alone.
Grab his dry biscuits too.
No.
Oh.
They're probably disgusting, and
Oh
I
my
think
god.
you guys see some ants on them, or maybe they're sand fleas. Whatever, we don't want it.
There's definitely some insect jumping on them.
Oh.
Hey, Atayam, Salty is going to go into and out of some of the stores that Finistel goes into, and to keep an eye on her, eavesdrop when possible, and get back to us at the end of the day.
Yeah, she's gonna know and shoot magic at him.
Well, I gave him some money so he can actually buy items to make it look less suspicious.
Yeah.
I just hope he buys items that are actually useful.
All right. Meanwhile, the rest of you head up to Elsa's, and you. Let's see. Yeah. Hold on 1 second. Sorry. Yeah, you guys push the door open.
Ring it on.
Come in.
Oh, more of you than normal have come to visit me.
Yeah.
To what do I owe the pleasure?
Group hugs.
So we were thinking, Finistel is is over at the Winking Owl procuring a sending stone so she can keep in touch with us because she needs to go travel and follow up a lead regarding these amulets. And we're sort of curious about where she's going. So we wanted to know if you know if there's any way, if someone sends us a message via sending stone, if we're connected to someone's sending stone, if there's any way to divine where that sending stone is.
Well, to my knowledge, with just the sending stones themselves, no. But of course, there are arcane methods of spying, or should I say, scrying, on other people, and if you have a physical connection, that will guarantee a more successful connection to them when you scry on them.
Great. How do we do that?
Well, it is a spell that must be learned. It is a rather advanced spell. What?
Like a level 5?
Like a level 5, yes.
We got that.
We can't do that, can we?
No, but Skye is doing it for us every noon on Falrith. So we can't ask her to do it multiple times because she's going to be using spell slots, unless she uses it as a ritual.
What's your highest spell slot, Twizzard?
Third level.
Yeah, because you guys are level
Yeah, we have
6.
like 7th level to
Yeah.
be.
Unfortunately, scrying it's a concentration. It is not a ritual. It is just concentration.
Well, I mean, I think we can forego one Falrith check. Just
Mm,
no.
mm.
Really?
It's not like the checks are coming out with anything.
It's just the opening that a certain someone's looking for.
You think he's waiting until she doesn't check for 24 hours instead of 12?
Yes.
It is
Okay.
possible to detect the scrying orb, as it were. It is possible that Falrith has come to see Skye's watchful eye as a faithful companion each day. One cannot be certain, but the arcane world is wide and vast. There may be other things you could do, but I am not aware of them.
Can Skye do it? Is she powerful enough?
To scry?
Yeah.
Skye is, yes. Yes, she can.
Maybe we
She's
can ask her.
already doing it for us.
It does sound like, from what Agnes is saying, that is the method she is using for making sure.
Oh, I thought you were doing that.
No, and I'm not technically. I guess afterwards I go to Elsa's.
Oh, okay.
You could put me. I don't know how long it would take for me to talk to Salty Baggins and then go over to Elsa's.
Generally speaking, too long.
Okay, so I'm not in the room with you, Paelias. I'm just sending stoning you.
Yeah.
You're probably almost there.
Okay.
You're outside.
Waiting in the wings for your entrance.
So, who else can do it?
Who else can cast scry?
Yeah.
I think a moment.
I don't know how many arcane people there are. Maybe Sprinkles might have something that will allow us to do it, or can make us something that will allow us to scry.
A spine scone?
Ooh, a spying scone.
Isn't there something we can just like put on her, like just like a tracking device?
Yeah, a rope, a really long one.
I think you'll notice though, because it would be magic.
So notice the
and-
rope.
So let's put on like a technological tracking device.
Oh.
A non
Yeah, not magical one.
Ooh. Do we need like some tinkery gnome for that? To get one of those trinkets or a device like that?
Well, Finric, you're a trinket person of sorts, right?
Trinket man.
You can mix up.
Yeah, I like him as much as the next guy.
Yeah. Can you make you know how to make any tracking devices?
No.
All right.
Maybe you can learn some spell, Paelias, so that you can talk with your gods.
Maybe
You want me to
God?
talk with my gods about making a magic device?
No,
Wait, why would he talk to his gods then?
Yeah.
to find out where she is.
Oh, they could spy on her.
Just to say hello.
But I mean, when I talk to them, they can pretty much only tell me like I ask them, "Is this a good course of action?" And they say yes, no, maybe. And most of the time, it's maybe.
Yeah, outlook is vague.
Right. So hasn't been the most useful conversation yet. Been mostly one-sided.
Well, we could always get the compass changed to not the compass that I have that points to Mr. Twizzard's ass.
Yeah. Point it to her ass.
Oh, you just
So we
need to
have to-
stab her with the compass. I love this plan.
Yeah. All right. I like that. How do you reset the
That
compass?
is a good one.
It's
I
going
would
to
help.
take money and time.
Oh, it's
All right. We got money and time.
No, we can't stab someone new.
because it's stabbing's easy.
And just because the compass will point to her, but it won't necessarily tell us where she is. It'll just tell us which direction to find her. I don't think it's really what we want. I still think it's better that it points to Mr. Twizzard's ass.
I don't see how. It hasn't been useful so far.
Well,
Right.
when you fell down that,
What did it point down?
no, but we might have been able to have found you.
You knew I fell down a huge hole, and you guys just ventured on without me.
Yeah, we were cool with it. He could setting stone us too. He could just be like, "Hey, I'm down a huge hole."
You can check the compass, make sure I'm down there.
All right, so do we talk with Skye or do we not? Because a couple of things we've talked about involve Skye.
Well, have we thought of one that we agree is a good plan?
No.
Well, we're still thinking of magical solutions, right? If we talk to Skye, that's all we're gonna get.
Yeah, I think so.
I mean, so it is possible for different arcane users. I mean, given the significant enough experience, bards, clerics, druids, warlocks, and wizards can all learn the spell, but you will have to have enough arcane experience to be able to cast it.
So
We could always just send someone to go with her.
Like a friend spy?
Yeah, Lily.
Like a bodyguard?
Lily and me?
wait, what about our familiars? What about our pseudo dragon?
She knew my familiar the second it poked its head above her window.
Uh,
Get a peek.
And they only have a range of 60 feet.
Oh yeah.
Or no, I guess, no, that's where you can make it appear. I think it's within 100 feet you can still communicate with it.
But still.
But not. The message spell and the.
I think we really just want to we want to eavesdrop on her, right? So we don't really care where she is. We just want to know what she's doing.
Let's
So-
just all go with her.
What?
Let's
Well,
just all go
yeah.
with her.
But then she's not going to do things that she thinks she can without us.
there are ways to record messages and play them back, but again, that would be a arcane that she would be able to detect. So, but ultimately, I mean, if she does not know what you know about the fifth amulet, then is this even a problem?
Yeah, maybe not.
Unless she's meeting up with someone.
Like Walrus.
Or someone that is either part of the Beams of the Moon or the Cult of Shadows.
Oh, that is a disturbing thought.
I mean, I can disguise myself pretty well in woods with this with my cloak of kind of hiding. I can also disguise myself as someone else with disguise, but that only lasts an hour. We have a hat disguise.
I can wear the hat, sure. We can go follow her with the hat on.
I feel like
She'll detect magic.
It's
Yeah.
not magic.
it's also like it's just gonna run into a limit because it's not like I don't feel like we're gonna end up following her from store to store. It's like we're going to follow her into some other plane or into some, if she's going to the keep or try to get water from one of these places, it's like we'll be out in the outdoors. Like we'll get caught if we're just following her, or whoever we're disguised as will get caught. So either we need to have either we need to figure out some way to divine where she is, or we just sort of accept that she's gonna go somewhere and we're not gonna know where it is.
I could ask the gods if we think we should trust her. Maybe that'll help.
That might help, because especially if they say then we could just ignore her.
You want me to do that? You want me to just divine if we can trust her?
If it would be a good course of action to trust her, yeah.
Yeah.
Augury?
All right. Yeah. So I guess I have my spell slots back.
Yeah, oh yeah, you've all had the benefits of a long rest.
Okay. Let me see what I got going on then. Yeah. So I can what's it called? Augur.
Augury.
Augury. That's a level 2.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah, augur is the stuff that you use, for making plates with bacteria and
Drilling holes.
Oh, sure. Okay. So yeah, let's augury, and I'll commune with the god that I'm familiar with.
Mistra.
Mistra, yeah. I'll find a set of dice.
Why don't you just use the ones that are on the BND one?
You don't need a set of dice.
Oh, I don't?
No. All right, are you gonna do that in Elsa's store?
Yeah. We
All right.
trust her, right?
Ask to use her bathroom.
Do it. Yeah. But yeah.
Sure. Yeah. We'll just do it right here.
Okay. She sort of is curious what you're doing, but then she realizes. And so yeah, well, how would you like to phrase it?
Oh, my goddess Mistra, please help me in this. I must know. Can we trust Finistel?
You roll the dice, or wait, what do you do again? I forget what you do to do this.
Oh, I don't know. That's why I had dice.
Oh,
let's see.
sorry. No.
Femur into the ground.
Oh my goodness.
Right, yeah, you.
Oh yeah, give me your femur.
You-
Run, Mr. Bose.
It's a
No, I
nine-
need your femur.
it's a 9-foot femur now. That's the same one.
I forgot about the femur. It doesn't work without the femur.
Yeah, we gave you the extra femur.
He said he couldn't do that.
No, and I have to use the femur from Mr. Bones. It's the only femur that works.
Well, he's not Mr. Bones anymore. It's Oni Boney.
All right, Odie Boney, I need your femur. Hand it over.
So you just you walk over and you rip the femur out of Mr. Bone, the Oni Bony, and he falls over.
No.
It's all right. You'll get it back.
He fell over.
All right, is that how you want me to phrase it? You want me to say, should we trust Finistel, or you want me to say it differently?
I think that's fine.
Okay. So I stabbed the bone into the carpet. Is there carpeting?
No, it's a wood floor.
Hardwood. All right. So in that case,
Perhaps you should do this outside, Paelias.
Too late. Started.
yeah.
Gotta keep
All
going.
right. No, we can go outside. I'll stab something else. All right. So let's go outside. I stab the bone, the femur, into the ground, and I say, "Oh my goddess, Mistril, will you please tell me, can we trust Finistel?"
All right. The bone standing in the ground sort of vibrates, and the the sun is shining, and there is a shadow from the bone, but suddenly the shadow splits into two, and one points to the east and one points to the west. Unfortunately, it is wheel and woe. There are both good and bad results.
Oh boy. Well, it's not all bad.
It's not all bad. It's not all good
Not
though.
all good.
So we can kind of trust her.
And then the shadow goes back into its normal one position, and the bone
We should
stops.
have had
moving.
we should have had like what do you call it? A control. So I should have said like, hey, can I trust like Agnes? And see like, do we still get wheel and woe? Like, is this just what we're gonna get every time?
No.
Do you I mean, you can cast it again. Wheel for good results, woe for bad results, and then nothing for results that aren't especially good or bad. So if it's neutral, just no shadow would appear.
Yeah, definitely not neutral. Well, no, I mean it tells me something. I guess it tells me that there's some woe possibilities.
So do we want to go through all that effort to watch her, or just let her go with this one?
Well, there's some wheel possibilities too.
Some wheel possibilities. Oh, I love it. Just like that farmhouse has some wheel possibilities if you fix it up. You should ask if you should buy the farmhouse. That's what you. It's a wheel fixer upper.
Yeah, it'll be the money pit. We'll buy it and like things will just start falling apart as soon as we walk in.
The whole house just falls off the cliff.
I think with the wheel and woe though, we should follow her. We should find a way to find out what's going on, because there's too much woe possibility, in my opinion.
Okay, but now we're back to how do we follow her?
Yeah. Well, that was always a possibility.
Thoughts?
I mean, you could have Salty go with her as a guide. If
The one who's been following her, who she's probably recognized by now.
Oh, how stealthy is Salty Baggins? That's a very good question.
Oh, it's not stealthy. It's unsuspicious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Because he's all around town all the time.
he is.
Everyone knows him.
He is underfoot. That's a solid plan.
Yeah, let's just have Salty go with him.
How is he gonna message us though?
Well, he's supposed to come back to me at the end of the day
Yeah.
to receive his 2 silver.
Yeah, but what if she does something to him?
Well, if he doesn't come back, then we know that something bad has happened.
Yeah, but she can make up a story.
What's going to happen to him in town?
Well, maybe she gets out of town.
No. Okay, well, then we will go and search for Salty Baggins.
Yeah, I mean, she is taking a multi-day journey.
Well, but she did say she was going to come back and, she had to purchase and
Yeah.
attune a sending stone, and then she'd come back
True.
and she has to touch it physically to one of yours.
Good point.
So you'll probably see
Yeah.
her again today.
If
Cool.
she goes on a multi-day journey, we can also go through her room. Check out her stuff. Try on her clothes.
Try out her clothes.
And then we'll go
Take her rock.
Did I say that last thing out loud?
Cool. What time is it?
I
This
mean,
is-
how long?
Not even noon.
Yeah, I mean, you ate breakfast and pretty much went straight here. You have been standing in my shop for a little bit of time, just staring at each other, but I assume that from you at this point.
Honestly, also, what would you have been doing?
Had you not been standing in my shop?
Yep.
That was
Yeah.
all the ascending stone, by the way. So we were all just kind of looking at each other and mouthing things.
No, I think we were saying most of the stuff out loud.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah, no, I mean, honestly, I don't get many customers, but then again, I don't need them, so it's a wash, Finric.
Well, maybe financially it's a wash, but I would think just from the social experience, we've really just been able to enrich.
I have led a fairly dull life for the last 50 or so years until you came a knocking.
Oh, you're welcome.
What did you do before then?
Yeah.
Before I ran Elsa's arcane trinkets.
Not
Yeah.
terrible.
Yeah, I feel like you had a very exciting life before settling down here. Someone of your knowledge must have gained that knowledge somehow.
That is true. Well, and all the time that you've known her, Agnes, I believe, do you remember one thing that once happened?
Yes, I do remember that. And it was just a brief glimpse.
Yeah.
And so I'm going to say, I'm sure you don't have to tell us your age, but tell us a little of your backstory.
Well, I don't know what it is about you folks, but I do feel like I can trust you. And so
You
she,
look like a
she sort of, regardless of that, even, and she's sort of like, you sort of see her sort of almost concentrate for a second. It's like when you hold something in your hand so tightly for so long. It takes me a minute. And instead of a human, little old human lady, she sort of grows. She's still hunched, but she grows taller, and her human features transition into those of an elf. She is now looks like a very, very aged elf.
I knew it.
This
I knew it because Jack told me.
is my true form. I am, to my knowledge, there. I pray to Saloon that there may be others, but to my knowledge, I am the only remaining member of the Beams of the Moon. I was born in 1904, DS. I know, of course, as you've discussed and we've discussed, of the passage between the worlds that Loth sought to take advantage of. And Saloon gave her power and her place in the sky to stop her. After that is when the Cult of the Shadowed Sun was formed and used to funnel some of Loth's power into the amulets, through which they then hoped to bring her to this plane, where no doubtedly she would wreak death and destruction. But for a time, as a member of the Beams of the Moon, I moved throughout the world, constantly facing battles and adventures against members of the Cult of the Shadowed Sun. For a long time, we vied against each other. Slowly, of course, our numbers dwindled, as fewer and fewer people could be swayed to the cause as the memory of Saloon faded. But we did manage to secure the Green Dragon Wormling amulet, which we left in the care of Amamir, and so I settled here near the Fey realm that shifts and phases between our plane and the Feywild, and took up residence here at Windbell. And here I've sat since then, sort of just dwindling away, I suppose. But I have to admit, you folks have reinvigorated me to some extent. And I do have hope that we may be able to finish what my forebears and what the beams of the moon have always sought to do, which is to bring Saloon back and seal Loth forever in her accursed demon plane. Boom! Exposition.
Well, we could always. Do you want to join us on any of our quests?
Oh, Agnes, that is kind of you to ask. I can be here to greater restore you if you come back aged or otherwise. I may even have a few, if one of you were to completely fall and you were able to bring back enough of the pieces, I may be able to help you in that regard, but there are limits to even what the arcane arts can do. But no, I think I will be your woman in the chair.
All right.
Noted.
Look like the guy in the van.
Yeah, exactly. I'll be your dude in the chair. What's his name from Far From Home and Spider-Man?
Oh yeah, I was thinking True Lies.
Ah, yeah, there you go. Or of course, Forkfinger 3, the lesser known film.
Right.
All right, what do you folks want to do now?
Can we put Mr. Bones' femur back in his body?
Yes, Paelias. As you hold it out, the sort of green arcane energy again arcs and shroomp
Yeah.
comes back into
Thanks,
his leg and he stands up again.
There we go, Oni Bony.
Do you need to recast?
Yeah, that's around 10 a.m. I think was the last.
Yeah.
So pretty, it's getting pretty close. You can feel your tenuous or your grasp on the undead construct that you've created fading, but you've still got another hour or so.
All right, we're good.
Is that a ritual?
No, I have to do that
He has to spend the slot.
every time. It's worth it. A life for a slot.
I feel like that's one of those ones that you probably could do, like, right before you go to sleep.
I could cast 3 of them. We could have 3 Mr. Bones.
There'll only ever be one Mr. Bones.
Not even-
Oh my god.
Well, but Mr. Oni Bony.
Mr. Oni Boney.
Oni Bones. All right.
So what do we do now?
Is it time to gamble yet?
No.
Not even 10 a.m.
I mean, we can fast forward a week until the boat's ready. We can do whatever you guys want. Like you tell me what you'd like to do.
Well, we should talk to Skye at some point, whether it's now or in a week. And in theory, we should be like present later when Finistel links sending stones with us.
Yeah, she's gonna try to find you at some point. You know, she has to purchase it and then spend at least an hour tuning to it. So
Yeah.
she's probably gonna come looking for you around lunch, if I had to guess.
What if we just fast forward and she can't get to us?
Yeah, let's fast forward to the next event.
Fast forward.
All right, so you folks leave Elsa's and walk around a little.
It's
I-
raining.
I-
I don't know how much we're walking.
I know it is
I would
raining.
I would like to go to Skye's. Is this
Sure. Yeah, you can go to Skies.
cool?
Finric's going to Skies. Paelias, Twizzard, Agnes. Yeah, it is raining. That's a fair point.
I got nothing else to do.
I think I'll go and read a little bit of my Learn How to Speak Goblin.
All right, back at the ringing bell.
Doing something.
Back at the
different.
ringing bell. Yeah.
Okay. So Agnes heads toward the ringing bell. As you pass by the town office, you can hear the ringing sound of dagger on sword, and you sort of give yourself a little proud smile. You continue walking to the ringing bell. Twizzard and Finric split off and head toward the winking owl. Paelias, what would you like to do?
Follow them for now.
All right, so you guys head over to the Winking Owl, up the hill toward the edge of town, looking out over the cliff. The ocean you can barely see, but it's broiling underneath a large amount of waves as the sort of rain sluices down into the ocean below. Mr. Bones' cape is absorbing a lot of water. And you open up the doors of the Winking Owl, and as you enter, leaving damp footprints behind you, you see Skye Day in front of you.
Hey.
Ah,
Okay.
pleasure to see y'all. Looks like it's still raining out, eh?
Yeah, it's true. But you know, we wanted to say hi and grab some lunch, so well, the rain wasn't going to stop us.
I've got a hot goulash on if you'd like.
Ooh.
Twist my arm.
Guess I'll have that too.
I think she's already seen tall Mr. Bones, right, Oni Boni? I don't. Have you guys seen her since you got the larger form? Anyway, she still regards it as with a slight. Why is this in my shop? But she's
new and improved Oni Boni.
she's. Yes, it's okay. Does it eat soup?
No.
Goes right through it.
Ridiculous.
You will sit in it to flavor it if you like.
That's
Well,
quite all right. Thank you. So you guys
Doesn't
sit.
mind.
You guys sit down. You exit sort of the antique portion and find, as always, the transition from the antique portion of the shop to the cafe part of the shop is a little bit startling, but always sort of the hodgepodge of dishes and tablecloths and things always gives you a chuckle as you sit down, and she brings out a big tray with steaming bowls of goulash. Well, anything to drink specifically?
Ooh.
Tea, water, lemonade.
Ooh, I have lemonade.
I would like tea.
I'll take a water.
Any particular type of tea, Finric?
Caffeinated for sure.
She goes back and comes back with water and lemonade and tea. And yeah, you guys are having a little bit of an early brunch.
How's the tea?
How is the tea? The tea is really good. It's like 16 good. Solid
Cool.
tea.
I was hoping be at least above a 14. So great. So Skye,
Yes, Finric.
here we were talking to Finistel earlier, and she said she was going to swing by and try to pick up the sending stone. Is that
Indeed, she did.
cool?
I sold her one today, and just as she was buying it, Salty came in and tripped over himself and said he wanted to buy a muffin and acted very strangely. Do you,
Oh,
know,
great.
do you know anything about that?
Yes.
All right. Well, I'll leave that there then. Yes. No. I mean, she paid good coin, and why do you ask?
Well, I mean, I realize she's a customer as well, but we have a sort of tenuous relationship with her. She wanted to get a sending stone so that she can communicate with us while she goes on a short quest, and to be honest, we're concerned about where she might be going, but we know that she won't tell us. So we were just trying to think amongst ourselves, is there a way she goes on this quest and uses the sending stone to speak with us if there's any way to divine where she is.
Where she is when she speaks to you?
Yeah.
Well, I don't really want to make a habit of. I mean, don't get me wrong. Ridding this town of Falrith's evil, I am in your debt, and I will continue to serve as an early warning for him returning. Now, with the sending stone, I mean, I suppose you could sending stone me, and I could try to scry on her at that moment. But warlocks tend to know how to see magic well enough that she would probably be aware that someone was scrying on her. She would not know who. That could be something I could do a few times, I suppose. I probably owe you that much, perhaps, but...
What about a way to keep her sending stone open even when she doesn't know it's open?
Ooh.
So we can hear when other people are talking to her.
Oh my, there may be ways to modify a sending stone in that regard, but that was actually my last that I sold to her, and if that skill exists, which it probably does, the arcane world is wide and deep, but I do not have that skill. A great and powerful wizard, perhaps, maybe. No offense, Twizzard, but someone who makes their living creating and fashioning, molding arcane energy, as it were, could perhaps do that. I know of no such person, though. I fear even Sprinkles, with her druidic ability to craft delicious desserts and helpful sconces. I mean, you could inquire, but I would be surprised.
Okay. Well, let us have a think, and we'll try to.
Have you tried?
We'll avoid asking you to scry, unless the situation arises and we feel that it's desperate.
I will say that Finistel was asking me about the keep and how long it is to get there.
Aha.
So perhaps perhaps she's just exploring the keep. I don't know.
The well in the keep.
The well? Sorry.
I think it must have a well, right? Am I talking about
the Windbell Keep? Yes, of course it has a well. Yes.
Excellent. Maybe she's just like going there to get some water.
Entirely possible. That's a bit of a long trip for just water, but you folk tend to be on the strange side sometimes, so I wouldn't put it past any of you.
Well, admittedly, it's unlikely on the face of it. Okay. How the rest of you guys doing?
Yeah, you guys finish your goulash. She sort of putters around, goes about her normal routine, as it were, as you finish up.
Do we need to go to the keep and drink all that water?
I mean, it was a constant stream out of the wall. I don't know. Yeah, it is whatever spring feeds it. Yeah, that would be impossible. I assume you were kidding anyway, but just so you know, it would be impossible.
Well, she doesn't find the body.
I was actually gonna say, do we need to do something about that?
The body?
Bodies are buried.
We have to dig it up and pulverize it even more?
The head.
Did we cut his head off?
We cut his head off.
That'll be the third time we buried.
Morgo? I think you weighted it with rocks and threw it off the cliff or something, right? Someone.
Oh, I thought we put it back in the hole.
Did you? I don't know.
His head. We chopped off his head. Poorly, but we did.
Okay.
Meanwhile, Agnes, are you in your room? Are you in the common area? Where are you in the winking bell? Or I'm sorry, in the ringing bell.
I'm probably. I mean, is there an area for like sitting by a fire and reading a book?
Probably, although I don't know if the fire would be going.
It's raining.
It is raining. Yeah, sir. If you want to ask Dagus can put on the fire for you. Of course I could. Of course, Agnes. Here. I find this to be the most comfortable chair in the common room.
Oh, and then I'll get like my cloak from upstairs, wrap myself up. I'll ask for a cup of
Ooh, cinnamon herbal tea. Okay, yeah. Sounds really good. So yeah, so
fill
you
up with a good book.
you curled up with your how to read, how to speak goblin book, and after a bit, you hear the door open, and you look over, and Finistel walks in, and she sort of catches your eye where you are by the fire, and she walks over.
I quickly standing stone. Everybody, she's back, and do we want her to touch stones?
This is just as you guys are finishing your goulash.
Does she know that we all have sending stones?
What was that?
Does she know that we all have sending stones?
She
think she
has
does.
suspected it.
Yeah.
Yeah, her ability to detect magic. There, I mean, the fact that you have the amulets is kind of like staring at a, like a floodlight. But she could probably detect auras of other magical items, and the sending stone aura is pretty unique.
Oh, she's getting an aura from a weird part of my body.
Where's your sending stone?
I have Morgo's like around the thigh.
Yeah.
Maybe she just thinks you like her.
Well,
You just have to hear.
Eating up. Should we get back there?
Agnes, I'm glad I found you. I did manage to procure and attune to a sending stone. I got the last one.
oh, what does it look like?
She holds it out, and it has branches and a maple leaf.
Branches and a maple leaf. Huh. Do you know if there's a matching one anywhere?
Well, unfortunately, Skye was not able to tell me that.
Oh.
If I receive any calls from voices I don't understand, well, I'll just be cautious, shall we say.
Okay. Because I don't want, just anyone to know of our conversations.
We don't give this number out.
Yeah,
is
we don't want telemarketers. We don't
This is
want
unlikely.
any kind of commercial calls.
I 100% understand.
Private lines only.
No spam.
And she's sort of like, you see her eyes dart to your thigh and then back up, and she's like, perhaps you need a moment before we can link?
Just move towards her and say, no, go ahead, link up.
If you're suggesting that I have to go and remove my pants so that we can link up, yes, please give me a moment.
I mean, I assume there's some device holding it against your skin.
And how are you planning on using your sending stone?
I assume I won't need it that often. I'll keep it in a pocket or something. If it vibrates, I'll pick it up. Because remember, so just a point of order. So if you try to connect to someone, it vibrates, and then it's the skin contact that allows you to use it. But most people just hold it.
So I'm going to say to her, listen, if you end up becoming in trouble while you're away and you're not able to contact us because you can't use your hands, it might be in your best interest to have it connected to you in some other way, like I have mine.
That's a fair point. I suppose I could visit Colts and maybe get some leather conveyance.
I could do it for you as well.
Oh, this conversation's getting hot.
I also could do it for her. I'm listening.
I would like to watch.
I'm listening in.
I wouldn't want to trouble you. I wouldn't.
I just need some fabric that you wouldn't mind, against your skin, and I have my my entertainer's kit upstairs, which has you know, what I need for sewing something like this, patching up.
Upstairs here in your room.
Well, yes, I mean, I just need to go and get it. I don't need to stay up there. I just don't need to go very far.
Yeah,
But-
go get the entertainer's kit.
Go up to your room.
This is not the ending I was imagining for this episode.
And remove my clothes anyway.
Oh my goodness. Give me right over.
The door bursts open and Paelias and Wizard fall out there. Actually, you know what? The door does burst open, and Salty Baggins runs in, and he's like, "Oh!" And he sort of pulls up short. Agnes, Finistel, nice to see you too. Talking. I just, I gotta go. Bye. And he turns around and runs out.
Hold on. I run after Salty.
Okay, you get up and you poke your head out, and he's like hiding behind a barrel, like next door. Sorry, Agnes.
If you're looking for Lily, and I give him a wink,
Oh,
she's at the town hall.
oh yeah. I'm looking for Lily. Yeah, Lily, went to Skies and then to the Singing Sisters and then here earlier. So now I'm looking for her at the town hall.
Yes, that's where she is. Go ahead and say hi. She's practicing with Henry.
Okay. What if she needs money?
Oh, she has money, and you will get your money at the end of the day.
Oh, okay. Okay, see you later. He runs off. You come back.
I go back.
Yeah. Finn's like,
He has a huge crush on Lily, and he's been going around trying to think of little gifts he could give her, and he doesn't know how to approach her yet. And so I don't really encourage it because he's a little bit older than Lily, but it is kind of cute.
give me a deception. Give me a deception check to go with that.
Deception check.
A little bit of a deception check there. I wonder if this episode wins for
21.
21. All right, she started dubious, but she's less dubious by the end of your spiel.
Young love.
Lower that dubidity.
Finistel, have you ever been in love?
I suppose I have, yes. What about yourself, Agnes? Or should we
I've been through the...
should we discuss this
I've been
upstairs in your room? No, she doesn't say that. She doesn't say that.
I've been through the gambit of
Doesn't say it out loud.
emotions. But unfortunately, it's difficult to have a lasting relationship when you are a traveling bard.
I imagine that is true, yes.
So
Well-
far, my friends here, you know, in Windbell are the longest lasting friends that I've had, other than my own family members.
Yarr.
That sounds nice.
That's because they travel with me. I can't seem to get away from them.
Nope. Got nothing else to do.
How long have you known Twizzard and Finric and Paelias?
Since
Finric
golf.
and Paelias, not as long. Met them with when I met Lily. However, Mr. Twizzard I knew a little bit before because he was staying in Bellwether where I was staying with my family. So we were there maybe, I can't even remember how long, but for a while before
Yeah.
I met up with the rest of them.
It does seem nice to have a group that you can trust and have adventures with.
She's not on our Sending Stone network, right? Yet.
No, we haven't touched stones.
So I touch my stone. Ooh, she wants to join our group. She's lonely. Hey, Finistel, why don't you guess where my Sending Stone is?
Are you guys heading, wow. Are you guys heading back from the Winking Owl when Agnes told you get sent?
Oh, I thought we were there.
I thought we were heading back.
Oh yeah, okay. Okay, so yeah, you probably doesn't take you probably as you're walking down the hill you see the incident with Salty Baggins. And then yeah, you enter the ringing bell as well. So yeah, just as Finn says that, You folks all enter.
Oh, hey guys.
Hello, hello.
So we headed upstairs to Finistel's room.
No, we're not in the singing.
I'm
sisters.
staying at the Singing Sisters, and that was an odd thing to say, Twizzard.
I meant, yeah, I don't know. All right.
Wait a minute, where's Mr. Bones?
I don't know. He's trying to walk off his femur injury.
No, he can't talk.
He said something.
No, he didn't.
He's learning.
If he jiggles his jaw just right, he can say like, "Yeah, no." Maybe you could teach Mr. Bones sign language.
language?
Yeah.
Goblin sign language would could be useful.
Well,
All
I
right.
mean-
Well, I just need to touch stones with. I guess I need to touch stones with all of you, actually. Or I could just one point of contact would be fine.
Mine's in my pocket, but I can't reach it, so you're just gonna have to put your stone in there.
Right. So, Finric, can I touch your stone, please?
Yeah, when you ask like that, absolutely.
She holds out the maple leaf stone.
Oh, that's a lovely looking stone.
Well, it was the last one in stock, but thank you for saying it.
Should have bought it. There's only one. Maybe someone
So where are you going?
What's that?
bought a second.
Where are you going?
Where am I going? What do you mean?
Well, you said you were gonna go away for a few days.
Oh, well, I just, I have leads of my own that I need to follow up on.
Okay.
do you need any assistance? We can, of course. You don't want to meet up with another Oni.
I do not. That is very true. I promise to be careful. To be honest, I want to explore some of the properties of the ritual waters that we found.
Gotcha.
I feel like there may be more potential to help us on our quest.
Well, I'm sure we could use any help that we can get.
You know, Finric is an herbalist. I wonder if he could help in any way.
How are you, Finric?
I dabble.
Excellent. Perhaps we could combine, if I got more samples of the ritual water from various locations, perhaps we could perform some arcane experiments of a sort.
Sounds great. I'm down.
All right.
But no animal testing.
Fair. Shall we touch stones, Finric?
Oh yeah, here you go.
All right. All right. Well, I will see to. I need to stop at Savoy's for a few more things. Don't go for the fifth amulet without me, okay?
Haha.
Have a good
Well,
day.
like I said, we have to go up to the Great Library before we retrieve it because the Great Library is our lead. We don't know where else to look.
All right. All right. Well, that is a long journey. Well, yes, we'll be in touch, I suppose.
Okay.
Okay. She leaves.
Here's my stone. Hey, Finistel.
You haven't touched it. You can't.
Oh, I can't talk to her. Only Finric can.
You can run after her.
Nah, that's alright.
Hey, Finistel.
Yes, Finric, are you testing the stones?
Yeah, it's always good to test the stones.
That's a fair point. Fair point, Finric. It does work.
All right. See you later.
Have a good day.
So we can say stuff that Finric can hear, but Finistel can't hear it. But if Finric says anything, Finistel can hear it.
I think only if I actively want her to hear it.
Yeah, you would have to open a connection, or she would open
It's
a
not like
connection.
a party line where anyone that picks up.
Well, you guys did some weird party line. Probably shouldn't have allowed you to, but it's retcon. It's grandfathered in at this point. But
But I thought we touched on we all.
you
touched
did, yeah, you did. I think yeah. I think if you play it strictly by the rules as written, I think sending stones can only cast the sending spell to the one other stone, but that was lame, and so we made it better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We have a network.
Yeah, you guys, you know,
Like we have those stone Bluetooth earpieces.
yeah, you did a little group attunement, and
It's more like a walkie-talkie.
yeah.
Do you remember those phones that had the walkie-talkie?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, the Nokia, yeah, push the talk or whatever it was.
Where it wasn't technically a cell phone, it was, I believe, radio. Well, cell phones use the radio and microwave.
I think
but
it
whatever.
had both modes or something. Yeah, I don't know. It depends. I remember using a CB when I was a kid to talk to truck drivers.
Yep, my mom had a CB radio in her car.
I'm on my car, yeah.
Classic. Well, it's just about noon. You both have been snacking throughout the morning, or you all have been snacking throughout the morning.
Oh, I have to cast my spell on Mr. Bones.
Oh yeah, you did that a little earlier then.
Alright, I'm gonna mark it down. Mr. Bones. If anyone sees more bones, I could make more.
I love how all your highest level spells are used up every day, making a bunch of skeletons.
I wanted to do it on some chicken bones and have a skeleton chicken come with me everywhere, but then it's like humanoid bones. Like, oh.
No.
I mean, you're a wizard. If you wanted to spend some time and modify the spell yourself, maybe create a different. You could call it Twizzards Animate Dead or Twizzards Animated Creature.
That is what I would like.
All right, we'll work on that.
All right. That's my new goal.
It's good to have
So
goals.
do we want to stick to gambling night or?
Sure.
Yeah.
And in that time, I will just continue to read How to Speak Goblin. Finric, would you mind helping me with my pronunciation? It's very difficult to do the guttural and the yeeks.
You might want to gamble.
That's what they say. Yeah, never mind. No problem.
Until gambling night. Because it's noon.
Yeah.
Midnight's not until 11.
Yeah, you got time.
Oh, let's go outside and run around.
In the rain.
All right. It is raining.
It is still raining. Yeah. Not a very cheerful tall.
And Paelias, did you want
Or
to
Degal,
go
rather.
visit him, even though you spent the night there?
Yeah, sure. I'll go back and say hi again.
All right, so Paelias leaves for the Church of the Rose, pulling his cloak up around his head. Agnes and Finric. Finric pulls over the second most comfortable chair in the common room, and they start trying out Goblin. And Twizzard and Mr. Bones are left to go on their own adventure. No, I don't know what
Yeah,
it
we're
is.
going outside.
All right.
We're going to the pyramid to sign autographs.
All right, you guys head over to the pyramid, and you get around to the front, and you see a
Please caution tape.
you see a woman dressed very fancily. She has gloves and a cape and a quite fancy dress, and she's accompanied by a rather I don't know, shall we say, annoyed servant who's holding a umbrella above their head, and she's sort of gazing up at the pyramid. And as you walk up with Mr. Bones, my word! Look at that! Did it come from the pyramid?
More or less, yes, indirectly.
And you! Look at your costume! Amazing! Amazing! I thought today was going to be a wash with the weather, but look at you! Look at you, little man!
Well, I was one of the ones involved in clearing this pyramid out, and I personally know the person responsible for causing this pyramid.
Do you now? And at that, you see the smaller woman next to her sort of like give you like a sort of a distrustful glance. Well, could you perhaps relate your story? I'm staying at the Seeing Sisters. I could offer you to buy. Have you had lunch?
Why, no. Even though I have, I could eat again. I would love to have lunch.
And
I
your
had breakfast.
and that magnificent specimen of a skeleton, would he come with you?
Yes. This is Mr. Bones. Oni Bony when you get close enough.
Oni Bony. My word. Well, come, let's get out of this dreadful weather. Heather, come with me, please. Come.
Okay. No, good thing I went outside.
What's...
Otherwise I'd be studying goblin.
All right, so you guys head over to the Singing Sisters. You enter. Callie, whatever this young dwarf are you wants, bring it in. What would you like? What was your name? I didn't catch your name.
Mr. Twizzard. I know what I'd love, but I really don't feel it's the right drink for right now. I think I'll get one to go. I'll have your strongest drink that's not a son's glory.
She's like, all right there, Twizzard. Coming right up.
Yeah.
Gotta loosen the lips.
I am Norfel Luan, and this is my servant Heather. We came down because we heard there was a magnificent structure that had just appeared in Windbow. Sure enough, there it is.
Yes, and I know all about it if you'd like me to tell the tale.
Please.
Oh, well, one day I was out walking around, and I went into the store with some of my adventuring friends, and one of those dinkumpoops put a bean in a bucket with some dirt in it, and out pooped this giant pyramid. And I was like, what is going on? This is going to damage the town. There could be monsters in there. And sure enough, I was right. There are all these skeletons started coming out, and everyone started running like, oh my goodness, we're all dead because we can't do anything. And I said, oh, hush, hush, I'll take care of this. Arm back and summon all my arcane energy. Well, not all of it, a little bit of it. A little goes a long way. And I threw this huge fireball right at everyone coming out. And they all sprinkled to ash and blew away. And I was like, and yeah, so that cleared out most of the pyramid, pretty much.
Give me a performance check.
Oh boy.
Or deception.
Performance or deception? Let's do deception.
Keep the roll and just add the deception instead.
13.
13. Okay. Yeah, she is hanging on every word. She is taking this in. Heather, however, has her eyes narrowed and is staring at you dubiously.
Well, maybe this will help. It is a bit wet out. I'm a little drenched in these clothes. I'm just gonna hang them up to dry. Take off my. Am I wearing anything? I thought I was wearing something. I might not be wearing. Might have nothing to take off. I'm taking something off.
Am I wearing anything? I mean, I think you're wearing your MC Hammer pants.
I'll leave those on. I was gonna take something off, so I'm shirtless, but I guess I'm shirtless anyway.
I mean, you have a bunch of gold chain. You can. You can be whatever you want. If you say that you had some shirt on.
Okay, I had a small shirt on, but now I take it off. I'm like, that's better. Yeah, I like to make sure I'm in one piece every now and then. I'm all good.
Give me a performance check this time.
I don't think I can salvage this one. Yeah, 5.
So you take off the shirt, and Heather's just sort of like looks away, and Norfil, she's just like, that is an amazing story. Not quite sure why you took your shirt off at the end, but perhaps that's a dwarven custom I'm not familiar with. Would you be willing to show me some of your magic?
Of course I would. Let's see, what can I do for her?
Something that's cantrip only.
You can't fireball her.
Sure.
Cantrip, I suppose.
Meanwhile, Callie brings over a sort of a decorative goblet with a deep rose-colored liqueur in it.
Ooh, are there any candles nearby?
Yeah, there's candles. There are some hanging chandeliers with candles that they would use as the evenings, as the evening darkens.
Are they lit?
They are not lit. No, it is.
Press jigga them and light them.
All right. Oh,
Hopefully she's looking at them.
oh my. So
Mhm.
you use sort of that same thing, but even larger to destroy the skeletons.
Yes, I did.
And what about this this beast here? Did you?
This was from a separate adventure, though I did have a similar skeleton from that pyramid. I brought him back to life, and he's been a faithful servant ever since.
Fascinating. A faithful servant, you say? And she gives a side eye to Heather, and Heather gives her a grumpy face.
Mm-hmm. Yep, if you want a true servant, you gotta kill your servant and bring him back to life. That's what I say.
Heather just like puts down what she was drinking and just looks at you and glares. Well, Twizzard, was it? Would you come with me to Wesleyville? Perhaps do a few shows here and there?
Well, my time is very valuable. I am needed here with my fellow adventuring buddies. So I don't know if I could pull myself away.
I could compensate you for your time.
Ooh, like I said, my time is very valuable. But I think we might be able to come to some arrangement. I suppose I could. Would you want just me? I mean, of course you want me. But are you interested in any of my adventuring buddies as well?
Well, I don't know. I haven't met them. Are they as delightfully entertaining as you?
Yeah, they're cool. Yeah,
I
they're cool.
I mean, I'm open to whatever you'd suggest.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, well. I mean, if you want the true story, you probably just want me, to be perfectly honest, because they're gonna add all sorts of embellishments and things that didn't really happen, or didn't happen the way I said they did.
There are many in high society of Wesleyville. I understand fully what you're saying.
You need the facts from the source.
Of course I do.
So, yes, I would love to come to Wesleyville.
Wesleyville, yes, I have a carriage and some horses. I would like to explore this quaint little village a little more, perhaps, but
Well, then call upon me when you're ready, and I will go.
Are you staying in one of the manor houses here, or?
I was, but then I thought I didn't want to stick out so much, and so I moved into one of the lower accommodations.
Keeping
Down
a
at,
keeping a lower profile, I see.
yes. I thought it better to do so.
Well,
Plus, they don't really like Mr. Bones there so much.
have your Mr. Bones talk to Heather. They'll arrange the details of our next meeting, and I look forward to meeting your friends.
Well, that sounds wonderful.
All right, I'm afraid I must retire for my afternoon nap, but it has been a pleasure meeting you. Heather, see to my things. And she sort of heads off and goes upstairs. Heather sort of glares at you, looks at Mr. Bones like, what am I supposed to do with this guy? And like goes over and pays Callie. She walks up to you. She sort of looks. She's a little shorter than you even. She sort of looks. Don't fuck with my mistress. And she heads upstairs.
Oh,
Mouth on that one.
who is this little girl?
Prestidigitation in her mouth.
I was gonna cut her. It's not it's on the list.
All right. Should we well, let's see. It is 11:23 p.m. in real world. Do you want to do some gambling? Do we want to call it here? What would you like to do?
What?
Oh, it's up to you guys. You guys are in the late time zone.
We could.
I would probably just play at at the inn, whether
Okay.
it's Agnes's or Singing Sisters, whichever one
Yeah, yeah.
is.
Why don't
required.
we just say we'll do some mixes of maybe some performance rolls for Agnes and a mixture of maybe sleight of hand / wisdom for anyone who wants to gamble.
That sounds good.
All right.
Or we could play it out. I'm happy either way. But
I should gamble with my sleight of hand of +8.
Yeah, you should.
that is impressive.
Yeah.
That's mine. Negative. 0. Always 0.
Sleight of hand.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it depends. Are you? So I would say that gambling is a mix of the wisdom is sort of the street smarts, right? The intelligence is the book smarts. The sleight of hand would be if you want to cheat. There could be some charisma for bluffing.
Deception?
We could create a deception. A little of both, maybe. We could create a cocktail of rolls if you'd like.
I think it should be a lot of arcana and investigation.
I think you should sit gambling night out, is what I think.
Wow, my medicine and perception are pretty good.
Perception, certainly. That could help.
You can tell when people are bluffing.
Yep.
Yeah, I have +5 perception.
Are you looking to? I mean, you could probably steer the night toward more similar to poker-related games.
Yeah.
All right, I'm rolling my performance.
All right.
Let's see here. I'm going to use my advantage, which 15.
All right. Yeah. No. So the clientele tonight. So we're twizzard to describe Norfil to you. You would recognize her as one of the large tippers from the other night, but she is not there this night, unfortunately. Where is it? So let's see, a 15. Yeah, so it's a slightly more shrewd. Not that you're not, playing well, but you get 53 silver, the equivalent of.
Okay. That pays for what's his face?
Certainly, yeah. Oh, and at some point, yeah, you're right. Salty comes in at some point, and in between songs, runs up to you. Oh, hey, Agnes. Hey, I followed Finistel as well as I could. I don't even think she saw me once.
Well, whether or not she saw you, Skye did, and thought that you were acting awfully peculiar.
She said that, huh?
Yeah,
Well,
so
I always act peculiar, so acting peculiar would be in theme.
yes, I figured that much, and I was able to appease Finestrel's curiosity about your barging in to let me know that she was in here.
Well, maybe you'll want to know that she left earlier, just before sundown. She had gone to Leaf Bottoms and Savoy's, and then she left on foot out the eastern road.
Is that the one that heads towards the keep?
It is, yeah. Why, you think she was going there?
I believe so. How comfortable do you feel about traveling on that road at night?
Oh, I mean, maybe 10 gold. 10 gold, safe.
How about 5 gold and the two silver pieces that I owe you from this morning?
All right, and what do I do if I find her?
You just stay as well hidden as possible and you just keep an eye on her. Don't approach. just stay within viewable distance. Make sure that she's staying safe and responsible, and she doesn't run into any goblins. If she does, run back here and let us know.
Oh, okay. You really think there'd be goblins?
I'm pretty sure that we took care of the goblins, as you might recall, Salty.
Yeah.
But just in case, I know that the keep has always been a place of fortitude. So who knows what has happened?
Yeah, that's fair.
I know.
Okay. Do I get half the gold now?
I will give you all 5 gold pieces right now.
Oh wow. Oh, okay. You won't be disappointed, Agnes. I'll do great. I'll tell you everything she does.
Sounds wonderful. Just like I said, keep your distance. Try your best not to arouse any suspicion from her.
Okay, I'm on it. He runs out. All right.
Well, I turning stone the guys. I think I have my way of keeping an eye on her.
What's that?
Salty Baggins.
All right, at least we got something.
He's somewhat disposable. I mean,
Oh, he's disposable.
well, I mean, it's
You're not gonna tell.
very, very well. He's a slippery little guy. I think he's a survivor. He'll be fine.
Okay.
He got dibs on his bones.
Well, I'm sure that we could do more for him than just reanimate his bones.
No, I think that's probably it. So we should just take
That's
it.
probably the best you can get out of him.
Yeah.
All right, let's do. Should we do some gambling rolls and then call it a night? So,
Yeah.
all right, get your D20s ready. Twizzard, you going too?
Yes.
All right, how do we want to do this? Let's put some money on the line, and then let's see. How complicated do we want to make this?
Not.
Let's say this. You ready? Here we go. However much you want to bet. So let's see. So first of all, tell me your strategy. Whether you're gonna. So tell me whether you're going to try to cheat when really necessary, or you're gonna play it totally straight. And then tell me how much you're willing to bet. And then we'll roll deception, perception, and straight wisdom. And for each one, I'm just pulling this out of my butt. For each one, below 10, so let's see, so let's say 8 to 12, you will break even. Below 8, you will lose half your money. 12 to 16, you'll double the money. And then 17 and above, or no, 17. Let's say 17 to 20, you'll 2.5, and if it's above 20, you'll 3 times your money. I have no idea what the odds are of what I just said, but
Favorable.
they're pretty favorable. Exactly, they're pretty favorable.
All right.
I feel like I should gamble with those odds.
Yeah, me too. I'm gambling.
All right.
Let's do it.
So is anyone
Sucker.
cheating? Is anyone going to cheat at all? First question.
Not
All
right away.
No cheating. Finric?
Yeah, no cheating. Let's see if I can win some money fair and square, and if I lose some money, then maybe I'll do a second round with cheating.
All right. So let's see. What do you? Let's say. So So we'll do 2 rounds. 1 for perception. What did I say before? Perception and wisdom? Is that the same? It's the same thing, isn't it?
Perception, wisdom, and...
Well,
Well,
you said
first time was cheating.
Perception you can be proficient in, of course. Wisdom is just straight. Yeah, with no cheating in mind, I don't think you need to do deception.
It's zeros for both.
You have zeros for both? Solid. Solid. Hold on, let me see here. This is hilarious.
That would have been a good one.
What else do we have? We have charisma. Yeah, I don't know.
I feel like charisma and deception are like bluffing games.
Yeah. Okay, let's say you can do yeah, so perception would be more like going with your gut and or I guess just wisdom. Are you willing? So let's just do straight. So if this is poker or equivalent, let's just do straight wisdom. Straight wisdom. What do you got? You guys still in?
I'm
Sure.
still...
Wisdom.
Yep.
Do I shuffle? Should I do an acrobatics check on my shuffle?
All right. So, tell me what you want to bet. Roll a d20, add your wisdom modifier, and we'll compare it to the numbers I just said before, which hopefully someone remembers, but I think I do. So.
Great. I'll bet 100 gold.
I was going to do 100 gold as well.
Let's
I'll bet 100 gold.
All right. 100.
break even.
Okay.
All right.
16 is
I wrote it down.
Oh boy.
Are we rolling?
We're rolling.
Oh!
that's nice.
What do we got? What do we got, Twizzard?
I got 20.
Nat
Wow.
20.
No joke.
All right. So what did I say that was? 2.5?
20,
at
20
20.
is greater than
Add your
3.
wisdom.
What's that?
He doesn't have
Well,
extra wisdom.
17 and up was 2.5, but then
Greater
what'd you
than
say?
20.
Greater than 20 was 3 times.
All right, and I can't do that, so 2.5. I'm happy with that.
That should be a critical hit.
I'm thrilled with 2.5.
Just
7.
7. All right. So you walk out of there with 50 gold when you had 100. So you lost 50.
Okay.
I got 11.
All right. 11 was double.
No. 8
Oh,
to 12.
Break even. It was break even. All right. Well, in that case, Twizzard, you get 300.
Oh, but I bet 1,000. The cheating part comes in now.
Deception for the DM.
Sweet.
Yeah.
This was good for me, not good for others.
We could do it again. You want to do it one more time?
Yeah.
Now I'm scared too.
Sure.
Let's
All right, I'll do it again. Yes.
All right. How much you betting, everybody?
Bet another 100. See if I can lose a whole 100.
All right.
Another 100.
did you put it in?
I'm gonna go 150.
All right. I love it.
Ah.
Yeah, boy.
15.
20. So
I got
22.
22.
Yeah.
All right. So you put in your 100 and you get 3 times. You get 300 out.
Cool.
And then Paelias, I'm sorry. What was yours?
I got 20. 18 plus 2.
All right. All right. So you're at 2.5.
So
Oh,
3.
150. Carry
335.
carry the one. Yeah, that sounds good. Sure, I'll trust you.
So 375. So I got on top. I got how much is that? 375 minus 150, 125 plus. Is that right?
No, 225.
Trader one gambling.
225.
25 is 300 plus 75. It should be 375 total, right?
Yeah, so you got 225 gold. You netted 225 gold.
225. You're right. Yep, 225. Woo!
Very nice.
Thank you.
And Finric, you netted 200. No, 200.
Well, 150 after both rounds, but yeah.
Yeah. And Twizzler, what was your second roll?
I got 15.
Oh,
that
so
was
you double.
Double.
Nice. All right. All right. By the, what's that?
Might be the end of my,
Yeah, by
I think
the.
I'm done.
Okay, fair enough. All right. So as the rainy day comes to a close, we've learned a little more. We've explored the town a little more and sent a questionable spy after a questionable friend and done some gambling. And I think that is where we will call tonight's episode of BND. Thank you all very much for playing. Thank you all for watching. And next Friday will not be Friday, but could be. Yeah, I think we decided we're actually gonna skip a week. Is that true? So
we're not
yeah.
playing.
Yeah, I will be away and not have access to internet and also be with family, and I should probably just be with family. But we will see you as soon as we can. Not next Friday, but the Friday after. All right, folks. Take it easy.
Have a good night.